Welcome back to Property Pairings, episode 14. I'm Eric Kinzler. This is
Mike Pavone.
We're excited to be back here, drinking some Balvenie.
Cheers.
Cheers. We actually should cheers. We listed a property today. Mike closed on one today.
Yeah, we did. Did we close 2 this week, didn't we?
Yeah, you closed another one.
Yeah.
For someone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's Friday, thank God.
It's a 3-day weekend.
Oh, no.
Whatever that means.
It is a 3-day weekend.
Well, it's 3-day weekend, meaning all 3 are home and we're potty training.
Yeah, tell me more about that story.
There's not a lot to tell. You basically just follow your child. Like, you think you watch your kids, right? You know, hey, stop doing that. You know, put your brother down. Don't sit on his head. Blair, don't bite. But you're kind of just reacting to whatever noises you hear when you're potty training. It's eye contact the whole time. You're watching to see what they're doing. They're looking for the tell. There's no sitting down. If she's on the move, you're on the move. The whole day. So, like, you're tired by noon. Like, it feels like you've done the whole weekend already, and it's only noon on a Saturday.
Wow.
So, that's going to be fun.
But then when it's done, it's done.
And then it's just nighttime training. Which, guess who gets to do that? This guy. So,
Well, you stay up late.
that's right. That's exactly why.
Sometimes.
But yeah.
Did you
Houston,
always stay up late?
Always.
Oh, okay.
I've always been someone who's up late. Only in the past 6 months has it been where I'm getting a little tired. And, like, I go to bed early at, like, 11.
11's early for me, too.
I'm usually, like, a midnight to 1, maybe 1:30. Sometimes when I used to get really into gaming, if it would be, like, 2:30, I'm like, do I stay up the whole night? It's getting close. So, yeah. That's my weekend. What about you?
Work. Got a lot of stuff for a listing we have coming on next week.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, because this won't be posted for like 2-3 weeks. I need to put some lights up. We need to do some caulking,
A little carpet cleaning.
some carpet cleaning, some fire and CO detectors to install. And I feel like there's one more thing, but it's in my calendar, so I'll remember.
Later.
Yeah.
This is the infamous getting shot with the water supply line house.
Oh,
This is that house.
gotcha.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
It does look really good.
Well, so it's one of those houses where when you pull up to it before we started, it's like mildly scary, overgrown, hasn't really been manicured, maintained. And if you knew what it looked like then, and then you pull up there now, I mean, it looks like a different house.
Yep.
New
Yeah.
driveway got re-graveled, the mulch through the yard, everything's been trimmed back, limbed up.
It's a new roof.
A new roof, needed it.
Yeah. Fresh paint on the entry.
It looks really, really good.
Yeah. All of our vendors did a really good job. This is like one of our heavier lifts. Reminds me of the Finn Hill one last year.
We did the deck and everything else, yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll go well. We're listing that on Thursday.
We did find out, amongst all the other problems we talked about on the last episode, that the powered outlet for the washer was like melted.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
we've never had our electrician be like, this is how fires start.
Yeah, he came to show us.
Like when your tradesperson, like a plumber or an electrician, comes up to show you how bad the problem is, like
Yeah, you're
that's
like,
serious.
"Grr."
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like that laundry room really just went through it at some point.
Oh gosh, it was like PTSD putting those back in. And Mike, I don't know if he could have gone any slower turning the supply lines back on. It was like,
Yeah.
you must have checked the hose, the
Couple times.
threads on the hoses too, like before even doing the line. You're like, is that off? Is that off? I can't tell.
It Yeah, the one of the inputs into the back of the washer, it kind of looked like it should be, when you put the hose on, it should be vertical, right? It kind of looked like it was tilted just a little bit, and I'm like, is that on? Let me do it again. Let me do it again.
That's what I did too on that same one. And so then it was like, but I think it just looked funky because the plastic ones, it's easier for those to like bend a little and you could skip it and they go on wrong. It's almost impossible to do it on the supply line itself because it's metal.
It was a little nerve-wracking, and I literally made the comment was, I didn't care before so much because we were doing everything over, but now I do care.
Now it's all over. So everything in there is new. The floors, the walls, the water heater.
We can't screw this one up.
No.
Yeah.
But everything, it went off without a hitch because, the supply lines got replaced, the electrical got fixed, all those issues were dealt with. So,
Nice.
yeah, no leaks. Cheers.
Yeah. Well, I'll be there tomorrow, so we'll know for sure tomorrow.
But we're excited about that one. That one, we got a new stove in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually was a good example though where we were
Gas?
electric.
Yeah.
It was another good example where I think Eric was doing the heavy lifting that day with Allison, like cleaning and doing things like that, and I got the enviable task of kind of being in my car a lot, but it was driving to go get the stove, get it back over there. We loaded up, driving to the dump and going around twice. Like I had arguably the easier job that day, so thank you.
But you actually had the heavy lifting.
I did have that part, but
Ours was like menial tasks.
we double teamed it. Like we were able to divide and conquer. Like it was enough that they could already be there while I was going and getting the stove to come back over, and then to make the dump run so that other things could be finished up.
Yeah. And then the rest is just like presentation next week, staging, photos, video, list, open houses.
We're excited.
Yeah.
What else happened this week?
My sister's in town. Yep. So.
From where?
Texas.
Okay.
Yep. So she was born in 2001. So 24.
Oh my gosh.
She's 2001.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Anybody born in the 2000s, it makes me feel so old.
I'm glad that someone can make you feel old, Jake, because you make us feel old.
Like 5 years younger than you.
I know. And I am
Not
like,
that much.
You're like 10 years younger than me, aren't you? 8 years?
it would be
years?
10. It would be 10.
10 years younger than me?
I'll be 32 in August.
And Mike will be 42 in November. So almost exactly.
9.7 years. I'm going to take the 9.7.
Yeah. Well, if you measure your height
Are we doing this again?
in halves and 3/4, then
You're the one that always
that would
brings
make
it
sense. So, yeah, so she's in. She's here to visit, but mainly here for some K-pop concert.
What's K-pop?
That's like Korean.
Korean pop.
Oh,
pop.
yeah.
Mhm.
I thought it was
So-
a type of cereal.
Nope. So she's really here for that.
That you
It just
can't get in Texas.
I don't know. But wasn't there like corn pops and...
Corn Pops and Special K.
Yeah.
It's a combination.
Yeah.
my brain
Yeah,
kind of
maybe.
combined them together, yeah.
It's
Thought
like
it would be
healthy and
K-pop.
unhealthy in one. Yeah. Nope. So she's here for that. So it's been fun to hang out with her.
Have you taken her to the Matador?
Mhm.
Did she get the...
She got like a strawberry margarita and then 2 sangrias, and she also doesn't really drink.
Oh, so that probably.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I got her good.
Yeah, she was like, "Yep, I feel it." And I'm like, "Oh, I bet you do." She finished her strawberry margarita, and I still had 3/4 of my 1 margarita.
They go down so easy.
I was like, "That's why you don't use a straw. Don't use a straw."
That's so true.
That's
a
the
good
key.
point, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because otherwise, we would have been drink for drink.
Just gulp that thing, yeah.
So yeah, she's got that, and I'm doing a plant exchange community event thing.
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, it's tomorrow morning.
Do you have 1,200 plants like you had 1,200 eggs, or is it...
No, it's like neighbors bring their various yard plants and they'll exchange them with other neighbors. So
That's fun.
yeah, so
What is yours, weeds?
yeah, I supply the coffee.
Nice.
and
Yeah.
I organize it. So I think those two, that's enough contribution in of itself.
Eric's like, this is my lane.
Yeah, exactly. So doing that tomorrow from 9 to 11, and then right after that, I'll go to Carnation. And then Sunday, have an inspection for another listing that we have coming up.
Inspections on a Sunday, huh?
Yeah, he was available, and we need to do it sooner rather than later.
It was
so.
kind of a spontaneous, out of the blue call from one of our clients. They had moved out, kind of life considerations, and they're like, probably may not be living here anymore. We might move to a different state, something like that. So can you sell our condo? So that just arrived on like a Wednesday. So.
Yeah, I think I was counting. I think we have like a listing coming up every week through the end of June.
Wow.
So it'll be at least one, and then I know we have stuff in July. So it's here we go. It's summertime.
Yeah,
Busy season.
it is, yes, but it is. We've been spending a lot of time as we've been working through kind of some of the things we're working on. One of the topics of discussion we've been having is like what motivates people to move, right? And I never really thought too much in detail about it, but just the amount of times, no one just moves because they want to move. There's usually, and whatever that precipitating thing is, whatever that life-changing event is. So that's kind of been resonating with me as I look back for every one of our listings coming up. It's because of that. We ran out of space. We needed something bigger. Whether there's, we're having kids, or a household is unfortunately divided or something like that. Like you see that happening, and it's like to really pay attention to that. Like it's taking it that other step further, thinking about what our clients are doing, being sensitive to that. So a lot of the ones we have right now, they're all attributable to something like that.
When does your sister leave?
Tuesday?
Oh, okay. A couple of days.
Yeah. She got here, I think, Wednesday. So, yeah, it'll be good. It's been good. She's chill. She doesn't, need to go do all the touristy stuff. It's just like, I just want a break.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So just hang out.
Yeah.
Staying at your house?
Yeah. Yeah. We have a whole mother-in-law suite in the basement, so it's perfect for visitors.
It's an interesting dynamic as you get older and your parents get older, and you'll hit them up and they're like already out drinking, and you're like, sorry, I'm still at work.
Yeah.
Well, we're cool. We're fine.
Yeah.
Can I catch up with you guys later? Yeah, it's happy hour. We'll still be here though.
Yeah. I had them over to my house for dinner last night, which was great. My dad helped me prep my Blackstone grill, and so now I can use that all summer and stuff. And yeah, we cooked up
What's
some,
what's a Blackstone? What's a Blackstone grill?
Oh, you don't know what a Blackstone is?
Is it like?
It's basically like a flat grill top,
right?
Kind of giant cast iron, but it's like this, size of a full grill. So you're just cooking it on a flat top. So when it comes to cooking burgers, proteins, veggies, you could cook
like a restaurant.
You could cook breakfast on it. Yeah.
So it's a griddle. It's kind of like a griddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a flat top. Blackstone's the name brand.
The
It's,
brand?
really popular. Yeah. So I just have a 22-inch one, but super solid for having people over, and
Ooh, that'd be good for Philly cheesesteaks.
it's perfect for that type of stuff because you have those long kind of
Yeah.
breakfast type spatulas that you're just
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bring it over. We'll do pickleball.
I would need a truck to bring that.
Oh,
thing
it's that
over.
big?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a full
I don't
size
think
grill.
it's like a,
Okay.
yeah.
I was
it's
thinking
not
it was
like
like
a
one of those
tabletop one.
tabletop ones
yeah.
or something.
No, I don't mess around.
Nice.
Not with the grilling.
He helped me prep it because you basically have to season it
Mm-hmm.
and get the cast iron all oiled up, and then we cooked for one of my roommates too, and then but yeah, my parents were just over last night eating dinner, hanging out, talking to my roommates, and it was nice for them, I'm sure, to just get out of the construction condo.
Yeah, right.
Have you noticed that your parents are more chill these days than when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, my friends love talking to my parents, and I'm I'll watch it all kind of happening from a bird's eye view. I'm I do have cool parents.
Well, yeah, but you're where was this when I was a kid? I saw one that was a post that was something to the effect of oh yeah, my my mother was with my kids and she like took them to McDonald's and got them this, that, and the other. And here I'm saying like, when did we get into all this McDonald's money? Because as a kid, we never got McDonald's.
Oh, it's different when it's the grandkids.
I know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because
Like-
it's your responsibility to tell your
Yeah.
kids no to McDonald's, but grandma and grandpa,
Yeah. No, they're like,
that's
screw
what
it.
That's what they're for.
When we've done like lunch over at my parents' place, they're super nice to him.
Mhm.
They like smile and are happy. But like when it
Yeah,
was just
they're like
me,
my
my
family.
mom's like,
Michael.
Help with some dishes.
I know. All of a sudden they're super nice. I don't remember that.
But the 3-year-old is, I mean, all energy. I mean, if he's not sleeping or eating, it's playtime all the time.
Yeah.
So I go over and it's immediately, Uncle Jake, I bet you can't catch me. You
Yeah.
know?
And they'll do like, why does they jump off of something? And you're like, ah.
Yeah.
Oh, he jumps off of everything. He asked me to go up to his playroom and he's like, build me an obstacle course.
Sure. Okay.
All right, let's see what we got
Yeah.
here. We got a slide. We got some cushions. We does 2 laps. Build me a new one.
Yeah. You're like, okay, well.
So last night, something like that happened. And right now, you know how there's kind of those, you can like feel your spine and there's like those 2 bands of muscle that run up and down your back, right?
Yeah.
The left one of those,
The non-invisible lats.
the non-invisible lats, but the left like chunk of muscle down my back. Ashton jumped off of something. I had to catch him, but I was kind of at an angle. So it's like,
You can feel it.
what is this?
Yeah.
I need some Advil. I'm getting old.
The oblique.
It's getting me right now, man.
Yeah.
It's just like playing. Dangerous. Kids.
Oh, you did have your you had your QFC compliment.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Another one this week, huh?
So we had a walkthrough at a listing. For like you're entitled to do a walkthrough prior to close to make sure the home's in the condition it was you bought, right?
Right.
And I knew going into it was going to be a little longer appointment because not only are we doing the walkthrough, we're taking measurements. It ended up taking almost close to 2 hours. I wasn't really budgeting for that. I'm leaving Seattle to come back home. I get a message from my wife. Hey, I don't see the hoagies. Did you buy the hoagies for the sandwiches tonight? I'm like, I don't remember you asking me about hoagies. I remember you asked me, pick up the sausage and can you grab a prescription on the way home? This was the day before.
Yeah.
And there it was, but it said hoagies, and then there was a whole other thought train right after that. So I didn't read the hoagies part. I read everything else after it. It's like, no, let me go to QFC. I'll go get them. Now I'm booking it to get in there because kids have to go to baseball. They need to eat. I run in, grab 2 packages of them. I'm running out. And as I'm running out, I see this woman walking towards me. You're in my line of travel to get to my car.
Yeah.
I go to do this, and she goes, "Oh, you're cute." And I'm like, "Who was that?" I mean, I didn't even stop. I just kept running. I was like, I'm gonna go get in my car now.
Yeah.
So that happened.
I mean, married or not, compliments always a good.
I know.
Gives you a little pep in your step.
Really, the ones that matter come from that guy.
Yeah, true.
And they don't. I did give you a compliment yesterday
What'd you say?
when you were walking with the yardstick.
That's not a compliment.
I said
You
was-
look good
he
with
had
a
it-
cane.
he was walking with the yardstick and he was using it as a cane a little bit. And I said,
That's not a compliment.
you look really good with a cane.
I don't have a top hat on or something like that. Like, it's like your old compliment.
I mean, you were in front of me. It's like, wow, that guy looks good with a cane.
Really? Okay. Well,
He
you're
was
you're
like
acting
leaning
really-
a little bit.
I just don't know how to take that because I really feel like it was like, oh look, you were born in the late 1900s. You need a cane.
You just gotta learn how to. You gotta learn how to take a compliment from Eric, and they're not always like
About your jawline.
above and beyond. Yeah. So that one was like, you know what you should have heard? You look good, and you could have left off with a
He
cane.
could have been like, wow, those gray hairs are very noticeable on your head. They're very striking. Like,
But I would have said it nicer than that. I'd have been like, your hair looks really good. That gray, perfect. See?
do you see how? But do you understand where I could be a little bit like,
Yeah, there's a tinge of something else.
There's a little tinge. There's a little tinge.
Yeah. Well, Mike will give compliments too, but then he just does like a big grin. So
I
they're not
can't give a
genuine.
compliment without smiling. And the problem is even when I'm trying to really give an honest compliment, I start smiling because I don't know, maybe not comfortable giving them, and so it ends up just coming across like I'm a jerk.
But I don't think that most of your compliments are like genuine. Most of them are joking, and then maybe there is a genuine one somewhere, but
They're
it looks
all
the
genuine.
same as the joke.
I don't pay compliments if they're not genuine. I just struggle giving compliments.
Okay. Sure, Jan.
And then if you put me on the spot about it, I'm just gonna fail.
Did you?
I need compliments now. Go.
I like your pants.
Those are good pants.
Are you going golfing later?
See, there's. I know. I like these too. I have them in gray and black too.
This is like one of the first days in a while. I feel like one of you isn't wearing. Like everything's pretty muted, you know. I feel like the last few episodes, there's always like a green or like a.
I had my
or
salmon
like a,
color.
Or like a salmon, yeah.
Yeah.
Pink in there. This one is very very tame. I like it.
It was a well, I don't know about you, but for me this morning it was a, oh crap, I'm running late. Let me grab some stuff out of the closet and get dressed while I'm running to the car. Because I had to be in Woodinville at 9.
Yeah.
And I was still making breakfast for the kids, and I was like, wait, I have to get to the school and then back to Woodinville,
Yeah.
not just straight to Woodinville. We gotta go. So, you look very casual and comfortable today.
Well, yeah, I had 2 photo shoots before this. So, have you been continuing your workouts this week?
Yeah. So Monday for sure. The rest of the week, no. Yeah.
How come?
Oh, I haven't been feeling very well. Yeah, I've been waking up like fully stopped up, and the workouts are the first thing I do in the morning.
Yeah,
and there's just there's just no way if I can't breathe.
Yeah, it's tough to get.
And the studio is probably like this times 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's long like this, and you're in tight quarters with other people, and I don't want to. I can't tell if it's. I'm thinking it's allergies, but we'll see. I like to pretend like I'm not.
I did like that you said that you were being very thoughtful about in confined spaces as we go sit in our little office together all week.
Okay, the difference is like the other people who are with me, there's like maybe one guy who's my age, but the rest of them, it's in Redmond Ridge.
Okay.
So it's some ladies who are a little older, like mid 40s. No, they're older, right? So I don't want to like get someone sick. So
yeah, you're being considerate.
Yeah,
That's good.
Probably draws a line at like 42 and a half.
no, well, I told you. Did I say that in the last? I can't remember if I said it in the last podcast. I got mistaken for being this lady's husband.
You didn't talk about this.
No, you did not.
But I told you.
Did you?
I did.
Okay, tell us again.
Yeah. So, last week I went every day. And so on Mondays and Wednesdays, there's this other lady. We always show up at the exact same time. And we're always kind of on the same workout. There's like 6 different workouts you could do. And so we're just doing the same ones, but different weights, obviously. So
Was she doing more than you?
No. And so on Thursday, when I went in, she wasn't there, but there was another lady who had been there on, I don't know, Wednesday and the Monday. And so the guy was like, oh, do you know Eric? And she was like, yeah, he's always in here with his wife. And I was like, oh, I got mistaken for being someone's husband, like a lady's husband.
Nice.
I know. I was like, no, that's not my wife. We just work out at the same time. That's Tracy. I just met her. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But both of my husbands are going to think that's hilarious.
Who's the other husband?
Jared?
Who-
You're the work husband.
You're the work husband.
Oh, yeah.
You missed that one?
Yeah, I did. That was a fail. What else happened this week? Productive meeting yesterday for the social media thing. And then what else? I think that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not been super eventful, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, we don't need a lot of events like water shooting all over a laundry room to spice up the day, to keep it interesting. We're not always looking for that.
Yeah.
But when it happens, it makes for a good story.
It's funny now, yeah, but in the moment,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
whew, that was not fun.
Have you guys ever had to crawl into any attics?
I've
And
seen
crawl
some-
spaces.
I've seen some stuff.
Just a couple feet of this,
Blown in, yeah. it's
blown in insulation.
Yep.
Was it gray or white?
Both.
Oh.
Yeah, like you could tell. Yeah, my dad was like, "Yeah, this stuff's probably about 40 years old.
Mhm.
This stuff's probably however many years old."
Instead of cleaning it out, they just blew more
They
in.
just put more in. Yeah.
You go to my parents' house, he just threw bat insulation on top of the blown in.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the like kind of padded looking one that goes in between the wall?
Yep.
Before the sheetrock.
Yep. So we've seen some weird stuff.
Yeah,
like
what's
that.
like the craziest stuff you've seen in
an
crawl
attic?
spaces or attics, or either crazy from like a what's this doing up here, or just like how did this pass inspection sort of thing?
For me, in an attic, I stuck my head in an attic once. We had just done an inspection. And the inspector comes down and goes, "Yeah, it's pretty bad up there." And I looked up there and was like pink mold,
Oh,
but like troll hair pink. I'm not sure what contributed to that, but that had to be remediated very quickly.
I was hoping for something I could use in a reel, and I don't know if I want to share that.
a pink mold.
Pink mold.
Throw
Yeah,
a
it
troll
was,
on there. Here's the troll. It was this color.
That was something else. And then in a crawl, I've been down in a lot of crawl spaces.
Mostly down there, it's like,
Wet.
and like dead rats, like large ones,
Oh,
or alive, which is even worse because you go down there and you like
see the little
hear
eyes.
You hear it. They're just running on top of the vapor barrier.
One house we had very early on when you started with me. We got down in the crawl and when they were building the house and putting the footings in and then putting the posts and the beams, like beams are out of alignment and like tipped this way and tipped that way. You remember that one?
Yeah. Is that Lakemont?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lakemont. And got down there, I'm like, how is this house still standing? So we had to get down there and repost and fix things and bolt everything together. That was one of those few times where like you're in a crawl space and you're like, I really shouldn't be down here. This isn't very safe.
Yeah.
But it is nice when it's a like crawl space that is you were able to almost stand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that part's always nice. You get down there and you're like, oh yeah, I'm not having to like really get. There's not a lot of times where we need to really get down there. Sometimes the inspector will want to show us something, or we're just like evaluating for ourselves.
Yeah.
There was one time at a house in Mercer Island, though, that the inspector had called out cellulose debris in the crawl. So like pieces of wood and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was maybe 5 years in the business, and I was like, I'll take care of it. I didn't tell anyone where I was. Like the client knows, I was like, I'll take care of it. I didn't alert anyone that, hey, today's the day I'm going under that house. And I pulled up the access to the crawl, and it was only as wide as the floor joist and like this long. So not a square, right? It was kind of like this. So I had to kind of turn sideways and slide in, and I got in there. And there are spots in the crawl space that there's only this much room between the ground and the bottom side of the floor joist. And I'm like, I'm going to get stuck down here. And no one's going to know where I am because my phone wasn't with me. That was terrifying.
Yeah, no, not doing that.
Yes. Some claustrophobic stuff there.
Yeah, it was, that one was, I'm not claustrophobic, but that was one of those ones like, I didn't tell anyone where I am. If I get stuck down here, How am I alerting anyone?
Just yelling. Oh God.
And it's in Mercer Island, and I was on a waterfront, kind of almost waterfront. It was a couple houses up, but there's no one there.
Yeah.
There's no one there.
Maybe someone will hear me.
Yeah.
Fido. Fifi.
Yeah, I mean, we could go down the laundry list of like weird things we've seen in houses. It's you always are paying attention to like when you make those appointments, is anyone there? You get that spidey sense goes up when you're like, I feel like that car shouldn't be here. Has that happened to you?
No, but it's been like the ones that should be a tear down, and clearly there were squatters living in there, and so like you get in and there's just various things written all over the wall and like drawings and like yeah, those ones are I'm like, I don't need to go down there. I was trying to think about that. There was a guy we were showing, and I was showing him a house in Tacoma that was like that. I don't think he ever bought from us. When we had to get the buyer's agency agreements signed, he was like,
oh yeah.
So
that was fine. We let that one go. But there's been times where like we've pulled up to houses and you've made the appointment. It's a confirmed appointment. You see there's a car in the driveway.
Yeah.
And you just kind of like, And there's been a couple. I walked into one, made the appointment. The listing photos look great, and you get there, and there's couches around the edge of the room, and someone is passed out on every single one of the couches, and there's a mound of beer cans as high as the stand in front of you, just piled up in a room, and the diameter is like from me to you. And I'm with the clients. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you right now because this isn't supposed to be like this. We didn't even go in. Or I walked in, someone's in the shower.
Oh, I remember you telling me that.
Hello, I have a scheduled appointment. Oh, sorry, I'll be just a minute. Okay, I guess we'll go wait outside for you to go put clothes on.
Yeah.
It's been things like that.
Yeah, I don't know that I've had too many other weird ones other than just like scary type houses. You go into the basement and you're like, someone's died down here. You can tell. You can feel it.
Well, we get the with our clients sometimes they'll nickname houses because if you see 20 or 30 houses with someone, you're trying to remember houses. The aubergine house, but one that I've heard a few times with various clients is, oh, is that the murder house? Like no one's actually died there. Just kind of gives those vibes.
Yeah.
I like that stat when you said this time last year there was half as many houses available.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like a just supply and demand thing, it's like, well, people have the opportunity to be more picky, then might be just sitting in a little extra longer. So
And a stable market is when there's 3 months worth of inventory. So right now, I think we're at like my listing that's out at Ames Lake that is been on the market for a little bit. Redmond is 1.9 months of inventory right now. So technically still a seller's market.
Yeah.
Still a whole nother month worth of days on market before something should sell.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and you don't like hang out. The pendulum's always kind of swinging back and forth, although it's been seller's market for forever.
Yeah.
Well, since 2012, basically. But if it's very noticeable when it swings the other way, and you never sit at stable market. You're just passing it on the way through to one end of the spectrum or the other.
Right.
Stuff's still moving.
Yeah.
We're mildly optimistic that that you'll see a rate cut of some kind before the end of the years, and things unclench. The hope, what we've been hearing, was that it might go a little deeper into the year for the buy season.
Yeah.
So usually kind of peters out in September, but if it goes into November, that would be ideal.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to go do a walkthrough.
We're good on time.
Yeah.
Drop off keys.
I'm excited about this one though. The client is terrified of spiders. That sounds kind of mean, but she's really sweet, terrified of spiders. Any house that we looked at, that would be the first thing we'd have to be on the lookout for.
Oh.
We had one listing we went to look at, and there was a little bit of a cobweb by the door.
Oh my goodness.
So it was kind of like, don't worry, I got you. So for the client gift, was like, I want to do something with spiders, and Eric had a phenomenal, was it wine glasses with the little rings and the spider thing at the bottom there.
The identifiers are
Oh yeah.
spiders, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then I picked out a couple of wine bottles that I really enjoy. She's super into wine, but
Nice.
Californian wine.
Oh, okay.
So I picked out some, like an Oregon Pinot.
Some Napa Valley.
No, I got her local wine because it's like,
Oh.
oh, you live here now. You're going to have to try.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
yeah.
We go for those little memorable touches, and so
For sure.
she's gonna hate spiders, but I'm gonna make sure she uses those.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool hearing that. My brother's talked about that. Of like, you know, he's paying attention to what they're talking about when he's showing houses and stuff. So then, okay, if someone buys, and he gets a little client gift, tries to, you know, tailor it.
Oh, yeah.
towards the person.
We have another buyer right now who was very upfront. He's like, every house I've ever bought, I've found it. I was like, really? He said, I've never had one of my brokers. Like, I value brokers, totally want to have one when I buy, but I have always found the house. It's like, okay, challenge accepted. So that one we were negotiating on,
Yeah.
that I'm like, don't buy it yet if it sits because the pricing's not quite right. But I was like, if you end up buying this house, I'm going to do the biggest celebratory walk right up to your front door when I give you keys, and then you're going to owe me a big high five or some kudos here, because they've moved a lot. He's never had a broker actually find him the house.
Interesting.
And he's like, yeah, I know where you're coming from on this, and I think he's begrudgingly going to have to cave on that one.
Did y'all send a counter?
We got the counter back. We're still holding. It's a price thing.
Yeah.
It's just not there. I think the seller has a beautiful home. And it's one of those situations where they've put a lot of heart and energy and resources into the home to make it really nice. And that you can't deny it. There's a house, same floor plan, 1 block away in the same neighborhood that's $25,000 less. And that one is still sitting.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I see the value, just not at that price.
Yeah.
And so they are, because of the combination of terms, they're still a little high. We need to be another $10,000 to $12,000 closer. So I told the client, wait, just wait. If you get it, you'll get it because they finally said, okay, you're a ready, willing, and able buyer, and nobody else has come through. If you don't get it because they sell it to somebody else, then we roll those dice and be okay with it. And they're kind of listening to that. So we're holding.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, especially Memorial Weekend. It's going to be slower, it typically is.
It's hard though when you know, obviously it's a beautiful home. I know they'd be very happy there.
Yeah.
They've been very thankful and that's one thing that we do is like, we don't have a problem telling that client, I wouldn't buy that house or I would hold.
Yeah.
And he actually called us out later. He's like, I want to thank you for not trying to shoehorn me into this place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was very complimentary of that. So
That's good.
Yeah, we had some sellers that we told them, but it's not the right time for you to sell your home. So.
yeah. Well, thank you for joining us here on episode 14 of Property Pairings. I'm Tommy Pickles. That's Chucky Finster. Remember to hit like and subscribe.
Cheers.
Who would you be?
From which one?
Tommy, Rugrats.
Oh, I guess probably Chucky.
Okay.
Chucky had curly hair and glasses.
I feel like any character where there's a more daring one, that would probably be you. The more reserved one would be me.
Chucky. See, the thing is like, the thing is, what I liked about Chucky is as fearful as he was, he did it anyways. That almost takes more balls.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
That takes more balls.
Can bleep you out.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't think that's bleep worthy, but
That's not bleep
Yeah.
worthy.
we can if we need to.
Yeah.
That's more backbone.
I know. I try stuff I don't enjoy doing.
Chucky Finster.
Oh, I didn't remember
yeah.
his last name.
I didn't
Good for
either.
you.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do that.
See,
Who's-
my
who's
memory
the
still
last name?
works.
Yeah.
So what are we on now? Is it 13?
14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not come up with another one.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's been a
I thought
yeah.
you printed out a whole list.
I did. I had a whole list, but like some of them it didn't make a lot. Like Doug and Skeeter, remember them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that one. Are most
Yeah.
people gonna know that one though?
I don't know.
It's a 90s cartoon. We're from the 90s.
Doug, Mosquito, Valentine.
Yep. Doug and Skeeter. I remember them.
I remember. Hey, I always wanted his room.
You could
Yeah,
be-
it was cool
Wasn't
with
that cool?
the couch.
You could be Tommy and Chucky.
Oh, Rugrats.
Yeah.
One take Mike right there.
Don't say.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's your
My
new
wife will be
nickname.
like, yeah, we're lucky if we even get half a take out of him. No.
Dude, no, one take, you nailed it.